Hi, I'm Colonel Douglas Macgregor. I'm the CEO for Our Country, Our Choice. And today we have an interesting guest in our studio. It's Mike Sarzano. He's a Florida native. He's the founder of the County Congress and organizer of the FloridaFix.com, an investigating body designed to hold criminals and politicians, although sometimes we have difficulty telling the difference, accountable for what they do or do not do. He's fondly known in the region as a political demolition engineer. And I think everybody in OCOC is anxious to understand what that means, because that sums it up beautifully, as I think you will soon discover. So, Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Doug. Politics has become toxic and poisonous to the freedom of our nation. And the people that have made it toxic are the ones that actually are supposed to be our servants, our representatives. And most of us don't have millions of dollars to launch a legal defense or offense against these criminals in Congress or the swamp. So the founders, in their ingenious ways, realized that in the future, after they were long dead and gone, that tyranny would be pounding on the door of America once again. And so they provided to us in the Constitution a weapon, a way to defend ourselves against this tyranny. And over the years, over the centuries, there have been many people, great men, that have given the presentation about the 4 boxes of government. And briefly, let's just talk about those. You have the soapbox. That's where we all begin with our ideas, our policy, our pursuits. We like to talk about these things with a soapbox. Then we go to the ballot box, where we try to vote our guy or gal in to implement the policy of our choice. And if that doesn't work, then we have now what is called the jury box, and that's where the grand jury is used to hold government accountable. And any of these other creatures in the swamp, whether they be government or an NGO operative. And so that's where we're at now. We're in box number 3, the jury box. And unfortunately, in many cases, in regard to several cases, especially right now out in Oregon, a group of people got together, a doctor and some senators in the state of Oregon, requested a grand jury investigate the COVID scandemic accusations. And they were denied. They were refused the First Amendment of redress. And now it's going on appeal, and it's going to probably end up in the Supreme Court. So box number 3 in the state of Oregon has failed. We don't want to go to the 4th box. The 4th box is the cartridge box. And I think we all can agree in America we do not want to go to the 4th box. So we, as the founders, want to go to the 4th box. 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 The 4th box is the cartridge box. And I think we all can agree in America we do not want to go to the 4th box. So we, as the founders did in 1773, 4, and 5, they began to assemble themselves and agree in America, we do not want to go to the 4th box. So we, as the founders did in 1773, 4, and 5, they began to assemble themselves in an organized manner in what was called the Continental Congress, so that they could speak collectively in a body and try to, create peace with Great Britain. And we all know how that worked out. The cartridge box in that day had to be utilized, but now in the 2024, we are struggling to avoid that, and we pursue peace with all men in the most diligent manner.
And so I guess we can make the argument that the jury box is the best way, if the others don't work, to try and avoid the confrontation that nobody in the country wants. So tell us specifically about the concept of the jury that you're talking about.
Well, that's absolutely right. The people, when they are convened in a grand jury, in a statutory grand jury, a lawful grand jury, a constitutional grand jury, they become the judge of the facts and the law. And this is a very powerful position, because that is absolute. No judge, no prosecutor, no attorney, no government official can intervene. And this was determined in a case clear back in 1992, United States versus Williams. And Anthony Scalia wrote the opinion, and he made it clear that when the grand jury is convened, it is separate from the government. It is its own being. It cannot be interrupted. It cannot be steered or manipulated. That the grand jury can pursue evidence as they see fit. And we've all seen with the election of 2020, court after court after court has denied our justice, our redress of grievance. None of the evidence has been adjudicated. It's all been thrown aside or dismissed because of standing. And we have been denied our day in court with the evidence. So finally, now in the state of Florida, we have the opportunity to be able to put evidence before a grand jury by Mr. Governor DeSantis at our request. And I say our, I work with many groups, many people all across the state that agreed we need a grand jury, a statewide grand jury. So we began a process of requesting Governor DeSantis to convene a statewide grand jury. we ask for 4